December 7, 1941. Hundreds of Japanese aircraft are flying toward Pearl Harbor. They expect surprise. Instead, imagine that Oahu is protected by a modern layered air defense network. Modern radars, long-range missiles, short-range air defense, and crews trained to use all of it. Could Japan still destroy Pearl Harbor? I'm Cairo. Let's find out. The real attack came in two waves. More than 300 Japanese aircraft were involved. And the strange thing is, the Americans actually detected the incoming formation before the attack. At 7:02 in the morning, radar operators on Oahu saw a massive group of aircraft approaching. But the warning was misunderstood. In our timeline, that mistake never happens. Modern radar immediately sees something enormous moving toward the island.
Sir, we have a large signal
Dozens of
approaching.
contacts
It
become
is getting
hundreds.
bigger.
The system tracks their direction, altitude,
Sir,
and speed.
there's an anomaly on the screen.
This is clearly not a group
It is
of
probably
friendly
nothing,
bombers.
operator.
The alarm goes out. Pearl Harbor wakes up. But the Japanese pilots don't know that. They continue toward Oahu in formation. Torpedo bombers fly low. Dive bombers remain higher. Fighters protect the formation. Everything is going according to plan. Until the first missile is launched. Far ahead of the harbor, a Japanese bomber suddenly explodes. Then another, and another. The pilots look around. There are no American fighters nearby. No anti-aircraft guns. No visible enemy. They have no idea what is killing them. Modern missiles attack from distances that would seem impossible in 1941. The Japanese formation begins to break apart. Some pilots dive. Others turn. Fighters scatter. But that actually makes the situation worse. Their original plan depends on coordination. Torpedo bombers need to reach the harbor together. Dive bombers need to attack specific
We have a
ships
large
and
formation
airfields.
approaching from the north.
Fighters need to protect them.
Track
Modern
verified.
air defense
Directing
doesn't need
interceptors
to
now.
destroy every aircraft. It only needs to destroy the right ones. The priority would be the aircraft capable of doing the most damage. Torpedo bombers, heavy bombers, then the most dangerous groups still approaching the island. Now imagine one Japanese torpedo bomber. It drops almost to sea level. The pilot hopes that flying low will hide him from the defenders. Oahu grows larger ahead. Pearl Harbor is only minutes away. He has survived the long-range missiles. But now he enters the second defensive layer. Short-range systems detect him. The target is passed across the network. A missile launches. The bomber keeps flying. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Then it disappears. The torpedo never reaches the water. Another group tries a different route. They fly low along the terrain, using the island's mountains for cover. Some aircraft might actually get through. Modern air defense is powerful, but it is not magic. Terrain can block radar. Missiles can miss. Hundreds of targets can overwhelm even a modern defense. So several Japanese aircraft finally reach Pearl Harbor. But now they find something completely different from the morning of December 7. The Americans are waiting. Anti-aircraft guns are already firing. Pilots are in the air. Ships are prepared. Damage control teams are ready. The harbor is no longer a sleeping target. A dive bomber begins its attack. It climbs, rolls over, and dives toward a battleship. Anti-aircraft fire rises toward it. The pilot tries to hold the aircraft steady long enough to release the bomb. But he is attacking through organized defenses instead of chaos. Maybe he releases. Maybe the bomb hits. Some ships would probably still be damaged. Some Americans would still die. But the scale of the historical attack would be extremely difficult
Where is
to
the
repeat.
American carrier fleet?
And then the second Japanese wave
Report states
approaches.
they are closing in.
This is where the modern defenders
Prepare
face
all
their
aircraft
biggest problem.
immediately.
Ammunition. Every missile fired at the first wave is one missile that cannot be fired again. The Japanese still have another huge formation coming toward Oahu. The defenders now have to choose their targets even more carefully. Don't waste missiles on everything. Destroy the torpedo bombers. Destroy the aircraft carrying the heaviest bombs. Break the formations. Force the rest into the alerted fighters and anti-aircraft guns. The second wave enters a battlefield already filled with smoke, wreckage, and confused Japanese pilots returning from the first attack. Some aircraft turn back. Others continue. More missiles launch. Some hit. Some miss. Japanese aircraft begin dropping into the
Hostile
ocean.
aircraft approaching.
But eventually, some missile batteries start running low. Now the surviving attackers have their best chance. They push toward the harbor. Except by this point, the attack has lost almost everything that made it so successful in real history.
This bay was a key
Surprise is
strategic
gone.
point during the conflict.
Coordination
Aircraft
is
filled
gone.
the sky in a massive
Many
show
of the most
force.
dangerous aircraft
Let's
are
examine
gone.
how this event changed
And every
history.
minute the Japanese spend fighting the air defenses gi. Vest the Americans more time to prepare. So could modern air defense completely stop Pearl Harbor? Probably not perfectly. A few aircraft could still get through. Bombs could still hit ships. Airfields could still be attacked. But the Japanese would be fighting a completely different battle. Instead of attacking a surprise harbor, they would have to fight through several layers of defense before even reaching it. And the biggest Japanese loss might not be the aircraft. It would be the pilots. Japan entered the war with highly trained carrier aviators.
Look here, sir. This is a
Losing
massive
large
formation.
numbers of them on the first day could
have
affect
a
battles
target.
months later.
Highly urgent.
Coral Sea, Midway, Guadalcanal, Pearl Harbor might still be attacked, but it would probably never become the disaster we know from history. And all because this time, the warning on the radar screen was not ignored. I'm Cairo. Do you think one modern air defense network could stop all 353 Japanese aircraft? Tell me in the comments. And what should we send back in time next?